Welcome back to another Bullock chapter review. Last week we saw Unazi almost scoring, he outplayed both Aiku and Isagi, but in the end he couldn't score because Aiku touched his shot and made it hit the crossbar. Corona managed to get the loose ball and he passed it to Isagi, who still wants to finish the game by scoring a goal himself. Ego thought that the match would be over with Bullock winning with a 3-0 score. He was satisfied with the game ending this way, but the one who wasn't satisfied was Isagi, and now he is launching the final attack. The final minute of added time in the match has started and we are about to see the final attack from Bullock. Isagi is blitzing through the enemy players and we see Henry surprised by his actions and wonders what he is doing. Kusu is shocked because he understands that Isagi wants to score a goal himself. Isagi passes the ball to Rin, who says that he is not satisfied at all. In response, Isagi invites him to start the final attack together. In the next page we see them blitzing right through the Nigerian players. They are panicking, saying that it will be bad if they let them keep passing the ball because Bullock is building up their combo attacks again. The goalkeeper yells for everyone to fall back and to not let them take a shot. Isagi then gives the ball to Karasu for a quick 1-2 combo, and Karasu wants to see what Isagi can do in this final attack. Isagi then gives a lift pass to Bachira, who receives the ball and starts dribbling through them. But Kusu knows exactly what the goal of this attack is. It's all about Isagi scoring. He tells his teammates to watch out for him and to do everything they can to stop him, because Isagi is clearly aiming to score the final goal himself. Bachira says that Kusu's thinking is shallow, because the egoist Isagi cannot be measured by this type of logic he is using. Because if he truly wanted to aim for his own goal, it would have been far more efficient to keep that quick combo with Rin, but he chose to pass the ball to him. That means Isagi now wants something else. Bachira feels what his partner truly wants. We then see Isagi from Bachira's point of view, standing ahead of him and signaling him with a finger pointed down. That's how Bachira realizes Isagi is planning to do something different. He then sends the ball back spinning towards Isagi and Rin. The Nigerian players are panicking even more now, but Isagi is being cornered by 4 players, the star members of Team Nigeria, and they all declare that they are not going to let him score. It seems like Isagi is not trying to run away from them, but instead he is running to them because that is what his plan was from the very beginning. He was waiting to adapt to that move. Then Unazi is shocked to see Isagi taking a stance almost identical to the reverse trap he used just moments ago. Kusu spots that this reverse trap is not the one where he gets a pass in the air. He managed to arrange it into his version of a ground pass. This is bad for them. They realize that they've been playing right into Isagi's hand, and in an instant, the new move that Unazi invented moments ago, Isagi managed to transform it to fit into his style. We then see Isagi lifting the ball with his first touch, and he says that he doesn't want to win by luck. He wants to seize his own victory, but he doesn't want to be shackled by his own formula that he had created once. And we see him getting ready to hit a side shot. Unazi then sees what the guy that is aiming for the world's #1 spot looks like. And in the next page we see a double spread with Isagi shooting the ball, and he says that he wants to experiment his own ideas, the thrill of the unknown and the curiosity of himself. He doesn't need anything that goes as planned to stagnate his progress. And we see the final goal of this game. Isagi scores with a quick side shot volley, making the result 4-0 for Bullock. And he says that he will keep experimenting on himself, because Ego's own philosophy is not enough for him anymore. He kinda says that like he is challenging Ego from now on, and we see Ego's face right underneath him. In the final page we see Isagi celebrating with Bachira, Raichi and Corona. The Under-20 World Cup opening match ends. Bullock wins. And that's the end of this chapter. In the next chapter we should see everyone's reaction to Isagi's goal. I'm really curious to see how Ego responds. Will he stay neutral, maybe a bit happy for him, or will he completely crash out at him for going against his philosophy? We could also see reactions from Itoshi Sai and Nagi if they were able to watch this game. What will Sai say about Rin after he saw him playing this game? Or maybe he's just going to glaze Isagi like he did in the Under-20 Japan arc. This game is finally over, and even though it wasn't actually that long, it definitely felt like it. Still, it was a solid start to the new arc overall. We got to see 2 teams, one that had just gone through a complete transformation, evolving into a squad strong enough to rival even the best teams in this entire tournament. And the other team, despite its weakness, managed to evolve throughout the game, driven by their opponents and pushed to strive for higher goals. Unazi's journey went from simply wanting to play and to have fun with his childhood friends to awakening his true ego. Thanks to Isagi, he now has the drive to become the best in the world belt and to win the World Cup. Also Kusu, who always wanted to support Unazi as the anchor of their friendship over the years, has shifted from being satisfied with just playing together to now aiming to help him become the best player in the world. I'm sure we will get updates on how they perform in the next matches, and I'm also confident we will see them face Buok again in the future, maybe even in the real World Cup. Let's talk about Buok's performance. Almost everyone managed to show off their new evolution from the training before the tournament. It was a really dominant performance, but that makes me think the next game won't be so easy for them. They might even get completely crushed in the next match. In the next chapters we should see what happened in the France vs England game, who managed to win and how many goals were scored in that game. My prediction is that the French team will win. What better way for them to dominate than by crushing the English team? We know that Buok will face them next, and from the looks of it, France is shaping up to be the final boss of this tournament. We already know that Woki and Charles will be playing, but there should be the new Gen 11 player too. Woki alone already shows that they could be the strongest team in the tournament, but adding Charles and this new player we haven't seen yet, yeah, that does feel a bit unfair, don't you think? This match has the potential of being one of the best in the whole arc. The first time we saw Woki was in the World 5 match in the 3rd selection arc. There we saw him dominating Isagi and the others. And with him being the coach in the NEL, having that face off with Isagi where Isagi tells him he lost, which made Woki furious, that started their rivalry back in the 3rd arc and during the Neo Egoist League. Now we are about to see it all over again in the Under 20 World Cup. We should also talk about Isagi saying that he needs more now. Ego's philosophy is not enough for him no more. It looked like his shooting range had increased by doing the side volley shot. Also, Bachira sensing that Isagi wanted to do something new was a nice callback to the early days of Buok, when the two of them were able to score and advance further by working together. Bachira without a question should win the Man of the Match award. He scored 1 goal and had 3 assists in this game. Isagi even managed to get Rin to pass to him and make a combo attack, which before this tournament was almost impossible to do. In the next game we can see some of the substitute players starting in it. Maybe we will see a new tactic from Ego because he knows that beating France will be 100 times harder than the first match. Baru, Shido, Kunigami and the others could show off their evolutions. Imagine if Ego gets mad at Isagi's words and benches him for the next game. That would be funny. But what if we get a Nagi update in the next few chapters? He should be getting even stronger in the Side B project. And that makes me imagine what the Buok team could look like after the group stage. We will have Sai and Nagi joining the squad, creating countless new combinations, and they are going to need them because even stronger teams could be waiting ahead. Lastly, I've seen a lot of people have said that Isagi scored the final goal, but what did you expect? This goal was hinted at throughout the entire match and almost everyone got a chance to shine in this game. I don't see anything wrong with Isagi scoring the final goal. In fact, there couldn't have been a better way to finish this match. Guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about the chapter? Are you excited about the next game, Nagi update, or maybe just happy because the game is over? If you like this chapter review, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.